Today is Monday, it's the 23rd of October 2017. Hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing. And we got some new stuff and general things to talk about that are happening in the community of Marvel Contest of Champions. So without further ado, let's get into the news. Our first story is all about the arena. Nightcrawler went for 9 mil, which is kind of alright in some ways. I was hoping that it would go a little bit lower, like around 8 mil. But that's how it is. You know, he's a good champion and a champion that I do enjoy playing with. I just recently used him in the Gold Bloom Challenge and I found him really helpful and really good against the Hulk. I know people will say, well, that's a bit odd, but whatever works, whatever works. The next thing is Angela went for 3 mil. I know that was a bit surprising. I did think she would go for around 3.5 to 4 mil, but no, she went for 3 mil, which is great. It's good to see a low cutoff for her. She's kind of like the best of the average champions, or the best of the shit champions going into the average. I don't know, a lot of people kind of classify in a different way. I really will be gunning to get her at the moment. So as soon as this MCC news finishes, I will be going to grind her out and hopefully get her maybe a bit lower than 3 mil, because you never know how these things play out when it comes to the Thursday midweeks, which are kind of like the best time to grind out arena because things go lower. Oh, and before I forget, for you people that love grinding out the 3-star version, he went for 714,000, so that's pretty low, and potentially you go even lower. So if you're grinding out Nightcrawler, maybe even a lot less than 700,000 will get him in the midweek. Our next story is the dual target. Obviously, we've had it with the Infobot, we've had it with Trukos, and he has put out a easy and a harder opponent to face off against. We've got Ant-Man, Lunatic07, and Miltonel Jallo. Oh, Bob. Let's just Bob. So we've got Lunatic7 and Bob. Just take the name, and I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. The next story is one of my own. I did put a lot of time and effort into this video. It was all about kind of giving a better delivery of stories in Marvel Contest of Champions. A lot of you will not give two tosses about the state of affairs with regards to storylines in Marvel Contest of Champions, because it's more of a kind of a skip thing. Yeah, okay, fine. Everybody wants to get from start to finish. But what I'm talking about in this video is an idea around the problem and then talking about a solution in a very kind of story-based kind of structure. And do watch the video, but I'm just going to break it down. I've put together a forum post. Go to that link. Please give it some support. I just want to give an option for those people that want to grind intensely at the game to have, say, the skip boxes turned off, and then instead give people the option that they can either have like a comic book reel so they can actually follow the story rather than it just being a skippable thing with poxy dialogue between one random champion and another random champion. My god, I'll even write the stories for Kabam themselves if they want a decent story. Our next story is the saga of the problematic rewards continue. Now, there is a thread that's been kind of building a lot of momentum in the forums, which is 3.7k views and 164 comments. It is a merged thread, and it's all about the wrong AQ rewards. And I thought we were over this, and I thought this was all sorted, but it doesn't seem that it has been rectified. There are a few people, actually the larger amount of people than a few, being affected by not getting the correct rewards. This post starts on October the 20th and is still gaining traction, which is just so strange. Kabam Mike has been responding, asking for more information just to see if they can do anything. There are kind of instances where, say, there's not correct information. They're saying that they have done things. Other people think, well, they haven't. Other Alliance members are getting different rewards to others, and it's important to check with your Alliance friends that did they actually indeed get the same as you, because obviously that will affect. You have to take in consideration that maybe people have joined on fresh and therefore they haven't received the correct wins based on an Alliance-based switch at the time, but there are still continuing issues. Unfortunately, the most freshest response we have for any of the kind of community workers is from Kabam Vidius, or Vidius, however it's said, and it says, basically says, everyone who is still having issues with this is being noted by the other mods and me, so we can present it to our teams who are in no way ignoring this issue. And I can totally get being frustrated by not hearing anything on this matter, but please note that we're working to get you the rewards you were all originally warranted. So please make sure that you are responding to this forum post if you have not received your correct rewards. It's important to mention this because obviously they're still on the same radar. And obviously when this thread gets closed down, then you won't get a chance. So a link obviously is in the description for any of the stories that I have discussed in this episode. And our final story is one that I revisited last time and I'm revisiting again, and that is all based on lag. Unfortunately, I don't see one specific thread for lag, which is a bit disappointing, because if you have multiple different devices of different kinds and brands, then different lag is going to be attributed to different things, as well as certain areas that you are. There's a lot of logistical bullshit, basically. However, though, there is still a lag problem in the game. A lot of with Android and a few things with iPad, which does make for a very disappointing experience. I use an iPhone 7 Plus and find that fine. I use an Android XA1 Sony and I find that fine. I'm running at home a 70 megabyte connection, and that again runs it fine. Obviously my experience will differ from you, so I think it's really important that you go to these forum threads and you let the developers know, as well as other kind of mods, that you're experiencing problems and what device you're experiencing them on, and maybe kind of like where for the Wi-Fi, because they may say, right, well, in order to run the game, which I don't think Kabam do, where to run the game would be on a X connection at X speed, and you will get the best, or kind of city-based places, you will have a better connection and better gaming experience. I guess that's the problem with Kabam, or kind of most Android and iOS based developers when they're doing games, is they won't tell you, oh yes, this will be the perfect experience, where they don't want to say, right, we're going to alienate 10 million people from our potential player base because the game is unplayable in these areas in the world and also in town based locations. So obviously they're not going to put that. But it's one of these things where we'd really like to have this game rolled out to everybody, and everybody enjoying a kind of a smoother experience. And that's really goes back to Kabam changing maybe the way that they deliver the game to you. Maybe it's a lower res version that goes out to, say, Android people in certain areas of the world, or maybe that's the case in general, which could then mean that things like legend runs and legend titles can be achieved on an Android device. And it's something that I think Kabam really need to work on based on what they deliver out. And I think I saw a post the other day where someone was saying, look, well, why don't you just change your kind of game system and the way you deliver it? And I don't think that's kind of something they're going to be doing. But it would be highly recommended for everybody that plays Marvel Contest of Champions to get that kind of universal experience of clear gaming. Hopefully one day they get it right. So that has been the Marvel Contest of Champions news. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, like I said, all those posts and all those forum things and all that lovely stuff is in the description below. So you can go and check out the pages and kind of put your kind of say to certain things that we've talked about today. And obviously the comment section is feel free to kind of go nuts with things that you like and dislike. So anyway, I've been RichTheMan. You can catch me up on social media. Link is in the description. I'm popping up now. And yeah, catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.